Hi everyone, in this video I will show some of the basics of Microsoft Excel. My name is Kamal Kumar Patel. I am a software engineer. This is my first video in my channel. So let's get into my PC and start the video. So let's open Excel in my computer. This is how it looks once you open it, and you can see there is an option to create a blank workbook. Okay, so let me double click. Excel has opened. Okay, so you can see there are different parts. This entire thing is called one workbook. Okay, and there are different parts here. So from the beginning, from the top, you can see there are several tabs here. So currently we're in the home tab. So similarly we have insert, page layout, formulas, data. So these are different tabs. Okay, so under each tab you can see there are several groups. Okay, and in each group there are different commands. So clipboard is a group, font is a group, alignment is a group, number is a group. Okay, so under home tab these are groups, and in each group we have different commands. So in clipboard group we have cut, copy, paste, format vendor. Similarly in the font group we have several commands like to make bold or italic, fill color. These are the commands here. Okay, so next this is called name box. Okay, because it represents the name of any cell. Okay, next this bar is called a formula bar. So we'll see why this is called a formula bar. Okay, now next comes the main area of Excel. This is called the spreadsheet area, where we actually store our data. Okay, so you can see these are the rows identified by 1 2 3 4 with numbers. So in Excel we can store like we can hold data in millions of rows. Okay, and these are columns, okay, identified by the alphabets. Okay, and this is called a cell. Okay, so wherever a column and a row intersect, that forms one cell. Okay, so currently we're in the A1 cell. So our spreadsheet begins with the cell A1 because it belongs to A column and row 1. So it starts from A1. But if we randomly select anywhere here, let's say, so here in the name box you can see the cell is L9 because it belongs to the L column and ninth row. Okay, so it forms the cell L9. So the entire Excel works based on rows and columns and cell. Okay, so that is the base of Excel. Okay, so we can see this is sheet 1, but we can create as many sheets as we need by clicking on this plus icon. Okay, so currently we are in sheet 1, so this is a default sheet. This is called a what sheet. So we'll see with an example how it works. Okay, how we can store data in Excel and how we can manipulate our data using some functions and different commands. So we'll see a few examples in this video. Okay, so let me take an example of storing my expenses of on daily basis, how much I am spending for an entire week. Okay, so how am I going to store the numbers and how I can get a proper visibility of my expenses for a week. Okay, so we'll see that with an example. So let me give a header here. So let's say this is my expense. Okay, this is my header, and let me give some columns here starting with serial number, date, then amount. Okay, so these are four columns I'm maintaining to track my expense. Okay, so serial number starts with 1, and date, let's say I'll give 1st of Jan 2022. Okay, expense I'll give, let's say rent 15,000. Then I'll give, let's say shopping 2,000. Then food order I spent around 1,200. Okay, so these are my expenses for 1st of January 2022. Okay, so I'll do some formatting here for better visibility because all these expenses are for 1st of January 2022. So what I can do, I can select this date cell. Okay, and I want to merge it into one cell. Okay, because this is common for all the rows. So what I'll do, I'll select all these cells, and here there is a command called merge and center. So I'll be clicking here. Okay, and all those cells will be merged into one cell. You can see the cell is still B3. Okay, and I can align it to the middle by clicking here. Okay, so now it is aligned to middle. So here you can see my data is not getting fit into the cell. Okay, so what I can do, I can increase the width of this cell by selecting this entire column, and at the edge I need to put my cursor, and I can just increase or I can decrease it as well. Okay, so I can resize in this manner, but the best way is to just double click here, so Excel automatically it will fit the data by adjusting itself. Okay, now I need to do for rest of the days of the week. So what I can do, I need to select this date cell, and at the end you can see there is a small box here. So I'll put my cursor here and I'll drag it till here. Okay, so see, now it has come 1st of January, 2nd of Jan, 3rd of Jan, 4th of Jan till 7th of Jan. Okay, so you can see Excel automatically identifies the nature of the data or the type of data. So currently this is in the date format. So Excel automatically identifies that, and it will increase the date by 1 day, and we have the dates of this entire week. Okay, similarly we can do for serial number. So this is one. What we can do, we don't need to type 1 2 3 like that. What we can do, select this cell and similarly drag it till here. Okay, so automatically it will populate all those numbers in the serial number column. Okay, so now we can see all are one. So we need in a series. So what we can do, there is a small icon here. I'll click here and there is an option to fill the series. Okay, to make a series, so I'll select the second option, fill series. Okay, I'll click here. Now you can see I have a series 1 to 21. So these are my serial numbers. Okay, now let me fill my expenses for rest of the days. So I have filled all my expenses of the entire week here, you can see. Okay, so now this is not giving a proper look, and to make it better, we can improvise the look. Okay, we can change the formatting. What I can do, because this is my header. Okay, so again my data is not getting fit into the cell. So again I'll double click here, so it will auto adjust itself. And because this is my header, it is, and it is common for all these data, select all these cells. Okay, and I'll click on this merge in center, so it will merge into one cell. Okay, and I can increase the width of this cell as well, or I can increase the width of this entire row by just selecting the edge of this row and drag it like this. So it will increase the width of the row. Okay, now I want to align it to the middle. So there is middle align command here. Okay, I'll click here and it will align my data to the middle. Okay, so now it is looking better than the previous. Okay, now I want to again do some more formatting here. I'll make it bold, and I'll increase the size to, let's say, 20. Okay, and again to improvise it with some color, what I can do, I can fill some color using this fill color command. Okay, so I'll select any of the color. So let me select this color. Okay, so color has been added in this cell. So now my header looks much better. Now I'll come to the columns. Okay, so I'll select all my columns here. Okay, and I'll do some formatting. I'll make it bold, and I also want to increase the width of the row. So I'll select this cell or row, and I can just drag it like this, and it will increase. I can decrease it as well like this. Okay, and I want to align it to the middle. So there is or I can say center. So there is a command for align it into the center by clicking on this center command. Okay, so yeah, so you can see all my data in these cells are aligned to the center. Okay, now I want to fill some color in all these columns. So what I can do, I'll select all these cells. Okay, and I'll use this fill color command. Let me give this color. Okay, so now my columns also look good. Now let's come to the data part. Okay, so I will select all the data here. Okay, and I want to give it a border. Okay, so here there is an option to give border. I select, there are so many options for giving border. I'll select all borders. Okay, so see, borders is applied in my entire table here. Okay, my data looks much better than the previous. It is very nicely readable, and also we can quickly view any cell or any data. Okay, now so this is the way we can store our data in Excel. Okay, so now we'll see how we can use functions in Excel, okay, using our data. So currently we're storing data in text format, number format, okay, date format. So there are some functions in Excel, okay, which are used to do some calculation or do some operations using our data. First function which we'll see is sum function. Okay, so there is a function in Excel called sum. Okay, so sum is used to calculate the sum of all the numbers. Okay, so before using the sum function, I want to show you one more feature in Excel, that is filter. Okay, so to apply filter, I'll click in any of the cell here. Okay, then I need to go to the data tab, and there is a command called filter. I'll click here. Okay, so see, there is option to filter in all the columns. Okay, so let's say I want to filter in this expense column, so I'll select this one. Okay, and these are different datas in my expense column. Okay, so now I want to see how much I have spent on cab. Okay, so let me only select cab. Okay, let me click OK. To see the total amount, what I can do, I can select all these cells in the amount column. Okay, so I have spent 290, 190, and 300. So if I select all these cells in the amount column, here below you can see it is giving me the sum 780. So let's make a note of it. Okay, so for cab I have spent 780 rupees. Okay, similarly I want to see other expense. Let me remove this and let me check food order. Okay, and click on OK. So it will filter out my rows and it will give only the expense where the expense is food order. Okay, so these are the dates where I have my expense for food order, and these are the amounts. So what I'll do, I'll select all these cells under the amount column. Okay, and I'll go below here, the sum is there. Okay, so we can see the total sum is 4200. So again, let's make a note of it. So for food order, okay, so the sum was 4200. Okay, now let's take some other example, and let's say movie. Okay, click on OK. Again, these are the dates where I have spent on movie. So these are the amounts. Let me select all. Okay, so the sum is 1260 rupees. Okay, let's make a note of it. Now let me remove the filter. Okay, so once you remove it, it will show all the data, all the rows here. Okay, now if we select all the cells under the amount column, okay, so it will give me the total sum. So the total I have spent in this week is coming as 44,040 rupees. Okay, so let's make a note of it. 44,040. Okay, so the total I have spent 44,040. Now we'll see using function how it will give us the data. Okay, so let's make a column here, that is total. Okay, then let's say cab. Let me change the formatting of these two cells. So I'll select both the cells, and to format, let me go to the home tab and make it bold and fill some color to any other color like this one. Okay, so for total, I'll use the sum function. So to use sum function, first I need to type equal to. Okay, then I need to type sum. You can see the sum function is here. Let me select this. Okay, and these are the parameters for sum function: number one, number two, number three, and so on and so on. Okay, so what I can do, I need the sum of the entire column. So for all rows, I need, for all the amounts, I need to make a sum. Okay, so what I can do, first select this one, then comma this one, then comma this one. So like that I have to do for all the cells. Okay, but that is not the right way, or that is not the best way I can say. So the best way is to remove all this and select the first cell. Okay, drag it till the end. Okay, so it will give me the range D3 to D23, then bracket close and enter. So the total is 44,040. We can verify it. So previously also we have calculated total is 44,040. Okay, so here also the sum function is giving me the result is 44,040. Okay, so this is how we can calculate the sum, okay, using the sum function. The next function we'll see is sum if. Okay, sum if is not normal sum, so it is with some condition. So let me type equal to and type sum if. Okay, so you can see the function is sum if here. Okay, so sum if means it will make sum of numbers with some condition. Okay, and these are the parameters of this function sum if. So the first parameter is range. Okay, so we need to define the range where it will check some criteria. So the second parameter is criteria, and the third parameter is sum range. So sum range means we need to provide the range where the sum will be performed. Okay, so here, as I mentioned, cab. So I want to calculate the sum wherever my expense is cab. Okay, so the range would be the expense column. So I can select the first cell and select all the cells, or I can provide the range of the entire expense column, all the cells. Okay, and you can see the range is C3 to C23. So this is my range. Then comma criteria, I want to calculate for cab. So what I can do, under double quote I will type cab, then double quote ends. Okay, then comma sum range, I need to give the range of the amount column. So I need to select the first cell and drag it till the end. Okay, so you can see this range is D3 to D23 because it starts from D3 column and ending with D23. Okay, so bracket close and enter. So the total amount I have spent for cab is 780. So we can verify it with our previously calculated here cab 780. Okay, so our calculation using the function has also given the result is 780. Okay, so let's see the formula again. Okay, so you can see the formula here, or you can also see the formula here by double clicking. Okay, so here I have given the criteria as cap under double quotes. Okay, so this is the absolute value. Okay, so to make it more better, what we can do, instead of giving the absolute value, I can give reference. Okay, so let me remove this, the absolute value, and I'll give a reference. So I will select this cell where I have given as cap. So what it will do, it will take the value from this cell, that is cap. Okay, and it will search this same text, that is cap, in my expense column. Okay, so here in the expense column it will search this value which is present in the G1 column. So in the G1 cell. So in the G1 cell currently my value is cap, so that will be searched in this expense column. Okay, so let me enter, and yeah, it is giving me the same result, 780. Okay, so the first range is C3 to C23. My criteria is G1, and my sum range is D3 to D23. Okay, and it is giving me the value as 780. So similarly, let's say I want to search for something else. Let's say food order. So I'll copy the value from here. Okay, so I'll copy this and I'll paste here. Okay, so you can see I have given food order, and let me enter. Is changing the value to 4,200. Okay, so we have previously calculated for food order I have spent 4,200. Okay, so here also it is giving me the result is 4,200. Okay, so that is the benefit of using reference rather than using the absolute value. Okay, so we just change the text here. Okay, and it is changing the value to a new calculated value. Okay, so similarly, let's say I want to know how much money I have spent for a movie. Okay, so I'll copy this. Okay, and I will change to movie and enter. Then it will change to the new value 1,260. Okay, so previously we had seen the amount for movie is 1,260. Okay, so that is how we can use sum function and sum if function, and we also saw how we can use the reference instead of absolute value, so it will give us a proper result. Okay, so what is the benefit of using these functions? So because every time this is not easy, because let's say we are maintaining some millions of rows. Okay, so this is not easy to calculate manually or by selecting all the cells. Okay, so for that we use functions. Okay, so we can use functions in this way. and it will give us the result. Okay, so similarly I want to show you one more feature of Excel. So let me calculate for my other two expense, that is, let's say, Kev and food order into different columns I'm calculating. Okay, so let me change the formatting. So to change the formatting of these two cells, according to this, what I can do, select this cell and click on format painter and select these two cells, so it will automatically change the formatting. Okay, I'll resize it. Now I want to apply the same function in these two cells. Okay, so that I don't need to write the same function in these two places again. So for that, what I can do, I can select this cell. So here it contains the formula. So what I can do, I can just drag it till here. Okay, so now the formula will be applied in these two cells. Okay, but this is not giving me the right result. So what is the problem? What is the mistake here? So let's say the formula in this cell, it is from C3 to C23 because it is taking the expense column. Okay, then it is taking the references G1. Okay, and the next reference, the next range is D3 to D23. So my these two range will be constant. Okay, because I am taking the value from expense column and I am calculating the numbers in the amount column. So my C column and D column will be constant. But in this cell, when we dragged, it has changed the cell. Okay, so it has shifted one cell to the right. Okay, so now it is taking the range D3 to D23, and the criteria it is taking H1. So basically this is this cell. So that is right, because we need this cell for reference, because I need to see what is the value in this cell. So because it has taken the incorrect range, okay, D3 to D23 and E3 to E23, what we can do, how we can change this formula so that when we'll drag, the range would be constant. Okay, so for that there is a feature called absolute reference. Okay, so for that what we can do, double click here. Okay, so because my range will be constant. Okay, so because it belongs to C column, I need to lock this C column. So for that I have to type here dollar symbol, so that when we type dollar symbol before this value, that is C, then C column will be locked. Okay, so similarly my range starts from C3, so C column and third row. So here I need to lock this third row as well using this dollar symbol. So now before C and 3 we have provided dollars. So now, so C3 cell has been locked. Okay, similarly my column will be constant, so here also before C I need to provide dollar symbol. Okay, so now in this range before C I have provided dollar, so my column C column now is locked. Okay, but C23 we can't, we should not actually lock it, because if we increase the row here, then this will keep on increasing. Okay, so we can't make it constant, so let it be open. Okay, but here my starting position is constant and the column is constant. Okay, similarly the case for D3 to D23, because I am referring the D column. Okay, and it starts from D3 cell, so I need to lock this D3. Okay, so I'll provide dollar symbol before D, and before 3 as well I'll provide dollar symbol. So now D3 is locked. Similarly I need to lock this D column, so I'll provide dollar here. Now I will enter. Okay, so for movie my expense is 1260. So we can verify for movie the expense amount is 1260. Okay, so now we will apply this formula into these two cells. Okay, so what we'll do, we will drag this through these two cells. Okay, now we can see the formula has been applied properly into these two cells. Okay, so if we double click here, we can see C3. Okay, so C3 is constant, C23. Okay, so it is taking the C column. Okay, and H1, because it is taking the value from the H1 cell, which is cab. Okay, and the next range it is taking, that is D3 to D23. Okay, so now D column is constant here. Okay, enter. So 780, and here also you can see C3 to C23, and the next is the sum range is D3 to D23. Okay, so because I have logged my reference, it is taking the right range. Okay, and the criteria is I1, basically this cell where I have the value as food order. Okay, so these are the numbers from our calculation using function. So let's verify it. Okay, so this is the previously calculated values. Okay, and now we'll verify. So the total is 44,040, right? Cab 780, we can see cab is 780, then movie 1260, then for food order we can see 4200. So we have verified that our calculations using functions are right. So this is the way we can use functions, and this is just a basic understanding of how Excel works. We can explore some more functions in our upcoming videos. Okay, so hope you found this video as informative, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.